So I kind of walked out on the ice a little bit, and I took out my knife and started chopping at the ice to see if it was, how thick it was. I couldn't get through the ice with my knife, so.
That thick already?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a shallow lake,
Huh.
But I don't know about out in the middle. I wasn't about ready to walk out there.
No.
It was kind of like middle of a workday type deal.
Yeah.
Not into hypothermia during the day.
Mike, what do you have to say about sharpening?
Eyeball. Eyeball and hope for the best.
Use eyeball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. It's all freehand, so I try to hit a good number, but as long as it's sharp and can shave hair.
Shaves hair, slices paper, you're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go.
I agree.
Yeah, I use a belt grinder.
That's what I do too.
I have. And you know what? I don't think I have ever thrown a belt away unless it's broken. So like I'll have like, a used 220 grit that is probably now maybe a 600 grit, or almost a damn no grit.
It's just cloth.
yeah. And those are great to like finish up an edge with. Just put it on there, and those old ones, throw it on there and just lightly just run it across.
Cool.
Have you guys touched on when? Do you remember your first knife? No, I mean before like you guys were like in 11th grade. You guys have known each other You guys all have known each other a long time. John, Andrew, Mike.
Yeah.
Okay. How old were you when you got your first knife? Or, maybe not given to you, maybe just, like I know mine, I remember mine vividly.
What was it?
It was a Rapala fillet knife. And it was probably about 7. And I thought I was so cool. I would get up, this was, I'm 50 now. So this was years ago. And I would take it out of my dad's tackle box, put it on my belt, jump on my bike, and go run around with my buddies. And eventually we'd end up in the woods. Somebody would have lighter fluid or something like that, and then we'd be doing, I don't know, it was probably what they call now bushcraft.
Yeah.
So, and I would use that thing we would make spears and,
And a 7-year-old had lighter fluid with him, luckily?
Oh, you'd have the magnifying glasses.
Yeah.
And the caps and the cap guns and all, all that stuff now that they frown on.
Yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah, right. But, we used to make spears and go gigging frogs. And I remember we would
I'm from who still gigs frogs. Troy and Daniel go out.
I was going to say,
gigging all the
I was
time.
going to guess, was it Troy?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are cool. Those tips they make specifically
Yeah.
for just get a broomstick, throw it on there,
That's
and
exactly.
go gigging. Yeah, those are great.
We this must have been like a year ago. We were on like Turkey Hill, and he was like, "Oh, let's go frog gigging over here." I'm like, "Oh." We were out there for 2 minutes, and a cop came driving by. It's like, "What are you guys
The
doing over
cop
here?"
up there?
Yeah, he came driving by. And it was like 10 o'clock at night. He probably thought we were up to no good. Troy's like, "Oh, we're frog gigging." He pulls it out of the back of his truck and has his frog gigging. The cop's like, "Oh, okay."
That reminds me of your story when you got pulled over wherever you were in Myrtle Beach and
Ocean City, Maryland.
Ocean City.
Yeah,
And
don't
all
take
this-
knives there.
He had all this shit in his truck, but all this, normal stuff that you should have in your vehicle. And the cop goes, "You guys are rednecks, aren't you?"
That was. They thought they were going to bust us for drugs and alcohol, and they found a bunch of knives.
Knives and fishing poles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
One of my earliest knife memories is must have been like a gas station or like Lawrence County Fair knife. I can still picture it. It had like checkered sparkles on it, kind of. It was flamboyant looking. Like it had bolsters. It was like a little nail nick knife.
Bedazzled.
Oh,
And I remember holding it and it opened halfway. And I remember going up to him and be like, look, it's a comma.
oh yeah.
You're like, don't ever cut with it like that. I was little.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I was pretty proud of that discovery until you scolded me.
Yeah. Well, I didn't want you to bruise your fingers.
Yeah,
You guys remind me of me and my brother. He's 8 years younger. He's like a hand model.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Shout out to you, John.
So I got a bunch of questions from Belay. Jimmy Slash.
Jimmy Slash.
Who's supposed to be on the chat board right now, but I don't see him
Where
on
is
the
he?
chat board. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm doing exactly.
You can tell on the chat. There's a chat.
Yeah, they could ask questions live on the chat board here. Because we're recording
Sweet.
live.
Our number one fan is more than listening.
Well, he did follow. I saw that he followed us, and he said he was going to get on, but he might not know how. Because
Okay.
I couldn't really give the most clear directions. But as this podcast grows, I hope to get people on the chat board with us as we do these. So let me just rattle off through some of his questions here. We'll try to bang through these. Have you ever thought about offering classes of knife making?
No.
No.
You do YouTube videos, though, or you have done.
I have. Yeah. I remember years ago, there was not as much information as there is now on how to actually grind a knife. I mean, no one ever showed me how to.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a couple videos where I was making quote unquote bushcraft knives.
He is here. He just told me he's here.
Oh,
On
good.
the chat
Jimmy
board.
Slash
Jimmy
Yeah.
Slash.
in the house.
He is.
What's up, Jimmy Slash?
No answer.
Is there a good way?
What?
Is there a good way?
I don't know. I don't know how this works. Apparently we're live, though, because he's answering.
Oh, okay. Cool. I have given quite a few knife lessons, though, actually, but
We get guests every once in a while.
yeah.
But
It's
not
fun.
official classes.
Yeah, not, yeah.
Mike Wallace?
No, I have not.
Andrew, are you allowed to make any custom versions of any of your Cold Steel creations?
I don't know that I'm allowed or not allowed. It never really came up. So, yeah, I probably could, but
I'm going to not allow you.
John doesn't allow me. I can make other knives first.
Here's
An
why.
injunction on your
We
John.
have to, if we're going to make money on a knife, we got to make more than one.
Yeah, I know.
We have to make not a production run. Even on, like, say, the 8010s that we make, we still got to cut out X amount of parts to make it worth it for us to make.
Mm-hmm.
So to make just one of anything is not worth it.
Right, but it's fun.
We're not in this for fun.
Fun to start it.
No
It's
more
fun.
fun.
To start it. Good question. Thank you.
It is a good question. Yeah, it's hard to scale doing one off. Every thing is a one off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You know.
those days are past.
Warden over there.
I guess we can go around for each person for this question. How many customs do you usually make a year?
A pass. I don't know.
We did quite a bit this last year.
Yeah, but I don't know how many.
50s,
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
50.
something like that. Well, this was our really the first year in the MG, so that was our big focus.
Oh yeah, that's true. So because of the custom 8015s, we did do a lot more. But I was gonna say the custom 8010s, that's like 10 a year, at best.
I would say we did 20.
And last year, but before that,
Yeah, before that.
I'm in single digits. Those are hard to make.
Yeah, they are.
Nobody appreciates how hard those are to make. That I
They
can
do when they
tell you.
pay for them.
I don't even know.
Custom.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's low. I used to do back when I was when I was talking earlier about I was making them and people were watching my videos and and they would request this, that, and the other. Can you I want this color, something material, whatever, and at some point it just got not to be not fun.
We've
I
all
know
had that.
exactly what
We've
you
all
mean.
had that
Yeah,
point.
right.
Yeah.
No, then
and-
they change their mind how many times before you're done?
Ed, right, I know, right? So now, I'm on the pretty much the KISS method. Although I still do some fixed blades. I will have some guys over to the house, and I'll have like a fixed blade. I'd say 80% done, handle epoxied on, everything like that, and I'll have whoever over to the house, and I'll have them put their hand on it. And I will contour it and everything right to their hand
That's cool.
and say, come back in a week, I'll make a sheath, yada, yada. And,
You do all your own kayaks?
yeah. Yeah. I do not like making sheaths.
Nobody does.
I
Unless
hate
you're a
it.
sheath maker.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many little tricks, and I've messed up so much kydex. I probably have a thing about not throwing things away. But I have a huge pile of cut off kydex. Like, what am I going to do with cut off kydex? I mean, really, 1-inch pieces of, the hell am I going to do with that?
Never know.
But I keep it. I keep it all in bags and this, that, and the other, and melt it down or something. Make a kydex sculpture.
Josh, let me know how the sound quality is for this. I turned it up since the last podcast, so let me know if it's any better. Next question's a good
Whoa,
one.
whoa, Mike didn't answer the question.
Oh,
Shit.
I'm probably like 6 to 7.
Well, he was doing a lot more, but then once the new baby came,
Yeah,
well, a young child
yeah.
isn't going to help.
1-year-old daughter, 9-year-old daughter.
maybe what were you the year before? Like, you might have been 30,
Yeah.
40.
Yeah, you got a
so-
following, and then
Yeah, and then the bottom kind of fell out.
Yeah, then the baby took some time.
And it's just,
They do that.
I'm in that position where I think in my head, 20 years from now, I'm not going to remember, oh, I made that guy that knife, but I'm going to remember being at home with my family and experiencing all that stuff that you would miss if you were out making knives.
just bring him out to your shop with you. You'll be fine.
Yeah, put her in a playpen.
Well, only when I'm grinding like carbon fiber.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You have to have
Don't
the
do
mask on, and yeah, it'd be too.
Josh says the sound quality's good. He also says he's still waiting for his knife. He didn't actually say that. I just
A lot of people are waiting for knives, and that's probably for all of us right now. It's good to have a waiting list.
Yeah.
anyway. Next question. I like this. What's the most overrated steel and underrated?
That is a wonderful question. Chuck, I will defer to you.
Depends. It depends. It depends on the heat treat.
Well, assuming everything has a good heat treat.
Okay, assuming it's been heat treated and cryoed, true deep crowd. Gosh, I don't have an answer for that. I mean, I guess it depends on the style of the knife, the grind. Really, I really don't have the. I like pretty much
Too many variables that aren't steel.
There are a lot
Yeah.
of variables in that question.
Correct. Yeah, that's a loaded question. I really don't have a definitive answer for you on that.
Mike knows the answer.
You can't.
Come on, Mike.
You really can't answer that because you
I
have
know.
to make the same model out of every different steel and test them all to like see
Right.
I have an
what
answer.
what does what.
John has an answer.
Oh, John will know. College knowledge.
No, I really do have an answer that I believe. They're all overrated.
Oh yeah.
I really believe that you could give everyone 440C and no one know the difference.
That's part of my answer. I would say that the most underrated steel would be the simplest steel. And carbon steel, I'm going to say 1095 because it's the most basic carbon steel. 1085, whatever. But 1095 is like your carbon steel